Hello, my creative friends. Jessica Sanders here, colormecreativeart.com. Welcome to my channel. Let's do some unboxing. So I've been super busy in a good way. Lots of things going on with my family and of course the holidays and everything. And this is actually my reward is that I get to unbox this with you. So I'm super excited. I have not opened the box yet. I've only cut the tape. And so let's see what's in here. Big thank you to the team at Creative Art Box for sending me this box so that I can unbox it with you. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I happen to know that Creative Art Box ran out of their December boxes. They were so popular. So don't wait too long. If you want to get the next box coming up, which will be the January box, don't wait until December or the end of December to order your box, okay? Don't forget. Oh my goodness, I can see what's in here. Oh, I've got some little things. Some felt and a spray bottle or something. Q-tips and some little, okay, I don't know, I'll have to look. And this is, oh, you get to unwrap and unbox at the same time. Oh, okay, cool, a tile. It's a tile, ceramic tile. There's more than one in here. Here's another one. Oh, this one is black. Oh my gosh. Okay, I already know what's in this box because, you know, it sort of peaked online, but I didn't do it on purpose, okay? But I know there are alcohol inks in this box, and I love, love, love alcohol inks. Okay. Mod Podge, water-based sealer, glue, and finish. Okay, this is a nice bottle. This is a this is the gloss luster. So instead of the matte finish, this is the gloss finish. That's really nice. I have a foam pouncy. Foam is the perfect thing to use with alcohol ink. We have silver mixative. And I know a ton about alcohol ink, so I'll talk to you more about this as we work on our project. But I mean, over on my website, if you haven't seen it, I have a whole page dedicated to alcohol inks, how to use them. I have a whole list of YouTube videos that you can watch, trying out all different kinds of paper and techniques. So that not only check out Creative Art Box's website, but you can check out my website as well. Eggplant. This is the color. You can't tell from the bottle usually what the color will be, but the color is on the label. Silver mixative, which is a little bit different, acts a little different than metallics do. Then the inks, cranberry and lettuce. These are great colors together. This is fantastic. I am super, and I've got, there's more. Okay, this is the super awesome box. See that? That means it costs a little bit more, but you get an extra supply, which is always fun. So this is the December super awesome box. Set this aside right here. I don't want to read that yet. Oh, these are from Ranger, I think. So they're like little stickers. Do what you love what you do, practice kindness, be original, live in the moment. It's fantastic. Shine bright. That's perfect for these lovely, to die for alcohol inks. And there's something else in here, which is let me see. Piece of paper. Got some paper. Let's see. I have, okay, so I am quite sure that this is Yupo, and you can see through it a little bit, yeah. Quite sure that's Yupo. And this is a thicker version, which I think also is Yupo. So these look like Yupo, but I'll check with my handy dandy list to find out. So I've got tiles, I've got paper, sponges, all kinds of applicators, and a spray bottle. I don't know what's in that yet. All of these inks, Mod Podge, happy notes, and of course my wonderful sticker, Shine Bright, and a complete list and some tips and techniques. So let me open everything up and get a surface that is better designed for alcohol inks, and I'll be back and let's play with this a little bit. Okay, I have everything open, got everything ready to go. Now I'm going to look at our description here. Happy holidays from Creative Art Box, of course. Use this box to make something for yourself or for someone else. You've received not one, not two, but 3 alcohol inks. Plus, this is the super awesome box, which the super awesome item is the metallic mixative. Trust me, you would love. It's so worth it. The metallics. Oh my gosh, so did I for. Okay. I'm sorry, I just love alcohol inks. These apply to smooth surfaces. Non-porous surfaces are best for these. You get the most awesome effects. That's why the Yupo paper, the tiles, they will adhere to a glossy surface, which is really nice. You can actually also use a glossy cardstock. Ranger, of course, makes different kinds of cardstock, but you can buy a big pack of glossy cardstock online, and you could also use that. It will bleed through, but it will still have nice alcohol ink effects. Just a little bonus tip there. Okay, so it dries very quickly. Yes, it does, because it is alcohol based, so the alcohol evaporates like that, and it re-wets with the alcohol or the blending solution. Yupo paper is, in case you aren't familiar with Yupo paper, it is basically a plastic sheet, very thin kind of paper, and it is perfect for alcohol inks. The inks will not bleed through, and so they will be, it's great for that, but you can also use it for other things like watercolor. It's completely different from watercolor paper, but people use it for watercolor and all kinds of applications like that. So we have the Mod Podge in our kit to seal our tile, and these are all the little different tools you can use. You can use the felt to apply your ink. This is alcohol spray. Now this is this little things that were in this little pack. That's the alcohol activity pack. So these are tile bottoms. I was wondering what those were. And Q-tips, a blow tube or part of a straw, and a felt wipe, and alcohol spray bottle. So you may want to label this with a water-based waterproof ink, so you know that this is alcohol and not water. Okay, just a little tip, another free tip there. Okay, I'm getting into teaching mode. I've been teaching a lot, so yeah, I want to be in play mode for this though. So I'm super excited. Those are the things. Also, when you make an artwork with these supplies, don't forget to tag Creative Art Box. They love to share our work in your work. So let's just get started here and see what happens. I think what I will do, because I know the amazing, most fabulous effect. By the way, okay, so I'm going to take this little mixture of alcohol. This little tiny Mr. Balls bottle is pretty cool. There we go. Now it's spritzing it. I didn't prime it first. And then I'm going to just take my felt and just wipe off my tile. That's the easy way to make sure it's clean. There's no dust on it or anything like that. And it doesn't hurt your felt pad. You can still use this for your alcohol inks. Keep in mind, whatever ink you put on here, it re-wets. When you put more alcohol ink, it wets again. So that's something important to know. Now I'm going to zoom in the camera because I want you to see this really cool effect with the metallics. And yeah, I'm just going to play. I'm going to zoom in, let you see that, then I'll zoom back out and we'll play a little bit more. Let me move this so that you can see. It is so cool what this does. So I'm going to use the eggplant. And I actually have a nice way to store alcohol for these purposes is in this fine liner bottle. And this did not come with my art box, but just so you know, if you want a way to add little drops, or you can use a paintbrush with alcohol, that sort of thing. Okay, let me get started. So I'm going to put, all you need 2 or 3 drops. It's really strong in color, just fantastic. I'm going to add alcohol with mine. And now watch what happens. You can spritz it, you know, if you wanted to. You could go back and make it move. There are lots of ways to make it move, so you could like spritz it like that with your alcohol, or you can move it around with your tools, but I just want to show you what happens when you add this metallic. And a huge thing with the metallic, a tiny bit goes a really long way. It always comes to the top of the inks. As you can see, it's floating up right now, and I'll watch when I add. I'll add a different color. You can use any color. They don't mix like paints mix. They push each other around, so it's pretty cool. I hope you saw that. But now all the silver is going to rise back to the top. Fantastic. It is fantastic. Okay, now I've got a little bit longer straw because, well, I'm trying not to get my head in front of the camera here. Let's see if I can blow. I'm blowing really gently just to move that ink, and every time I play with alcohol inks, I just die. It's so, I just love them so much. Thank you, Creative Art Box. You know, I don't know if you know how many people that you've made just discover such a fabulous new medium. I mean, it's just fantastic. I'm so happy. I hope you can still see this. I may have moved it out of frame, but I just I just love it. Oh, it's fantastic. Now these don't mix and mingle really unless you force them to. So if I blow on it, I can force those to mix, but I'm not really going to move it that much. I'm blowing very gently. Now this is going to pick up some of the silver here because every time it touches, the ink touches each other, they re-wet. So they're going to look a little different. They're going to play with each other, really is what they do. They just play with each other, and you can't control them, but you can sort of nudge them and move them around. See, this is picking up this silver here, right on this edge. It's floating into this deep eggplant color. You can see how like fantastically deep the colors are. Like you say you would use water to lighten watercolor, you'll add alcohol and it will lighten and move your inks. Get some fantastic and of course you can make them flow. This is basically dry. It's probably a little bit tacky still, but mostly dry, so I'm kind of leaving that. I'm not really happy with this green, so I want to show you what I can do. I can take my Q-tip, and to the side I'm going to spray my Q-tip with alcohol. If I spray it over that, it's going to make little marks in there. So this has alcohol on it, and I'm just going to tap that in and pick up some of that. I just don't want it to be so strong. So because it re-wets with the alcohol, I can just kind of take it right off. Okay, I'm going to zoom out now. Back to my normal spot. I just wanted you to see how fabulous. I'm just going to add more. And because I can, I'll add a little bit more silver. Also, if you hear this, if you got the super awesome box, you need to shake your silver mixative. It will settle, and I often shake it in between using it. I use it, put it down, then 2 minutes later I shake it again. You don't necessarily have to shake it that often, but that's just usually what I do. I'm going to drop this cranberry in that silver. See how it pushes? Oh my goodness. I'm going to blow this gently. I think you can see from this also that you get the purple of the eggplant and the reddish pink of the cranberry. Now see, this is dry, so I'm just going to take my little spritzer and spritz that edge. It's going to re-wet it, and let me blow it a little bit more. See, there we go. And it's a nice light color. Oh, I'm super happy. Super happy. So there are lots of ways to move this ink around. What I could do is take my straw, and the straw that came with it, and move the ink. So let's try that. I'm going to add a little bit of alcohol here to re-wet this edge of the ink. Right there. Remember, it will re-wet it. And this time I'm going to use my straw, and you just kind of swish it back and forth a little, and you can pull out a little bit of that ink into your white space. So I think you can maybe see it's a nice really light. And then I'm going to spritz this edge here because I want to sort of spritzed a whole lot. That's okay though. I'm okay with that. You do just have to keep in mind that it will move the ink. It affects it. I want to leave this the way it is because it's just fabulous. It's just fabulous. But I will I'm going to blow a little harder right here and quickly to give it like a little splash effect. There we go. And there's a lot of alcohol from the sprayer here, so that's why it's pulling back in. There we go. And then take this, move that around a little. You could use a coffee stirrer for this. You could use your little straw. Okay, I'm done. Like this is beautiful. Now I can let this dry and I can seal it with my gloss luster. Really gently seal it with the gloss luster. Mod Podge. What do you think, guys? Is that fantastic or what? Okay, let's try it on the Yupo really quick, and I will try out my little sponge. These will go on the back so that this will be a nice, like, you could make it a coaster, put it on your wall. There's so many things you can do. Fantastic. Okay, let's try out the Yupo. Yupo. I've tried alcohol inks on all kinds of glossy paper, and also on mineral paper, which gives you a completely different look. So like I said, you can check all that out on my website if you like to. So what I want to do is use this, and you could sort of bunch it around your foam if you wanted to, but I'll just put make a little pouncy thing right here. Now, alcohol ink will seem like it's staining your fingers, but if it doesn't come off when you wash your hands, just use your alcohol and you can clean it off your fingers, but then just don't forget to moisturize because, of course, alcohol will dry out your skin. But it won't hurt you, but it will just dry out your skin. Okay, so fantastic. I just want one piece of Yupo here, not both. Which one do we want, guys? Which one? Opaque? Not opaque. Let's do the not opaque. We did an opaque tile. Let's do not opaque paper. Where's my sticker? Sticker. Here's my sticker. Okay, this time I'm going to use this to apply the ink. And it's going to be a different effect completely. I really did that because I wanted to show you the effect of the metallic, which is fantastic. By the way, these Ranger alcohol ink bottles are made so that you can leave the lids off of them. I haven't been while I've been doing this, but while you're working with them, you do not have to put the lid back on until you're finished. They're made so that they don't easily evaporate. So now I have all 3 colors of my ink on there. I'm going to add some of my alcohol. You can use your spritz bottle, but this is more convenient for me since I already have it. Okay. And sort of the classic technique for alcohol inks is to pounce. So you get... I love alcohol inks, guys. I'm sorry, you must think I'm crazy, but I just love it. So you can see they just, because of the alcohol especially, they spread out a little bit more, and this Yupo paper. So it's a pretty cool effect. Depending on how hard or light you pounce, you get a little bit different effect. Cool thing is too, you can actually draw and doodle over alcohol inks. It will dry, a thin layer will dry as if it's the surface of the paper. So you can just do whatever. Now say you don't like this texture. This has turned into a full-blown tutorial. Go back and add a little bit of alcohol to your felt and then just tap it back in and it will move it all around. See, I have a lot more texture there because I'm tapping it back in. I hope that you can tell. Okay, and then I love the drops. I love adding the drops. So what I'm going to do is, the risk of sticking my head in front of the camera, I'm going to try and make sort of a blossom. So I'm going to do just 2 drops, and then I'm going to blow. So excuse my head. Isn't that fantastic? Tries so fast. It just really does. So then I'm going to add this in the center, a small drop, and a drop here. Now see how it has sort of a ragged edge? That's because I've already been touching the paper with the alcohol, so it gives it that sort of ragged edge there. And let me put one here. Pushes, this one is a little bit stronger. The eggplant is a little stronger than the cranberries. It's pushing it out. And you can just layer these. I mean, there's so many things you can do with alcohol inks. Back to shaking my silver. Put that right in the middle. When you put the mixative first, it doesn't move as much. It will move, but not as much. But then when you add the ink, it will really just ignite it. There we go. I do the same. I just really like how this looks. For some reason, it's not really moving over here. I don't know, maybe I got a fingerprint on the Yupo. Yupo does hold fingerprints, so something to think about when you're using it. But I put my hands all over it. Wasn't even thinking. So I'm going to blow this one. See how the silver really takes over? No, I'm going to lift this up so you can see how metallic it is. So you could keep playing around with this and it would become a really cool could become a really cool background for your, like you could put it in your art journal. You could use it as, you could create a postcard and use it as art on a postcard. You can make a doodle on top of it. You can draw on top of alcohol ink. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do a quick project at the end where I just drip some alcohol ink and then do a drawing on it, and I'll do that. I'll make that my speed painting. This is my play test out time. So let's see. I just love these inks. Oh, if you didn't think I was crazy about art supplies before, you will definitely think I'm crazy now. But that's okay. So keep in mind when you're layering like this that alcohol inks are transparent, or you can see through them. They're translucent. They have some transparency. But as you layer them, sort of like watercolors, as you layer them, they get deeper and darker. So that's a pretty interesting thing. Of course, you don't have to blow from straight down. You could blow across. Make little... Okay, cool. Now I showed you how you could remove it with the Q-tip, but where's my other Q-tip? Here it is. You can also sort of draw into it with the Q-tip. So let's say I felt like this was a little bit, I wanted to add some texture to some section of, say, this flower. Especially on Yupo, it will completely remove from the Yupo. So depending on how wet your Q-tip is dependent on, will affect how big your little mark is. So you'll see if you tap it. I'm going to lift this up so you can see better. I could zoom in the camera, couldn't I? But no. Okay, so you tap it and look at the effect you get. Depending on how much alcohol is on here. But you could make a little pattern. You could just do dot, 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 dot. Which is kind of fun. Keep in mind this is already dry, so it re-wets. This is almost turning into like a sea urchin kind of thing. You can do whatever you want with it. So pretty cool. Really fun product. Really fun. I haven't tried it on the black. Now, also, great thing about this is this could, if you don't like your results, I could, on the Yupo, I could completely wipe this off. It doesn't soak into this paper at all. It doesn't bleed through. And you could just take alcohol and, or a baby wipe or hand sanitizing wipe and completely obliterate everything that you just did if you wanted to, completely down to the white or clear paper. So this tile is black. The silver is going to show up really well. But the other colors, because if, okay, but you need white to make the other colors. The silver may make the other colors show up. Let's try that. Let's see if this silver will make the other colors evident. I'm thinking it's going to look black and silver, but that's just my thought. Let's see, what's probably the lightest of these three? Lettuce. Let's do lettuce. I'm just going to tilt it and move it. I love abstract, so. Okay, so you can see the green in this right now. Let me add some more green here. I'm just going to go around here with the green. Add some alcohol. And do more tilting. Because why not? There's definitely no wrong with alcohol inks. Like I said, you can just remove it. Now you can set this on fire, which I have tried, but because this is a creative art box, and I don't think they would appreciate me setting my artwork on fire while I'm talking about their box. They probably wouldn't condone me setting it on fire, you know. They probably think that wasn't a good idea, but it is super cool. Okay, so now that So because the metallic mixative is in there, because the silver is in there, the green is showing up. If you didn't have that, you would need the white, the snow cap ink. So, hey, let's just add some more. Look, I have a cat. It's a cat. I kind of don't want to add more now that I see it looks like a cat. Let me just put some here. It's a green cat, but still. May not even look like a cat at all to you. So I'm getting these organic sort of shapes though because I'm just tilting and moving. And it's got a lot of alcohol on it, so that's why it's still wet. But trust me, it won't stay wet for very long. It's already slowing down. It's just so fun. But if you need to re-wet it, you just add more ink. There we go, or more alcohol. I'm going to push that out a little to the edge. I love, love, love to watch these move. I also did a whole series of like little mini videos of just the inks moving with the metallics. So cool. Okay, I'm super happy with that. Okay, I'm going to set this aside. Now I'm going to do a speed project for you on my white Yupo paper. I may cut this so it's a little bit smaller. So I'll do an alcohol ink sort of speed paint for you. I may doodle on it, and I'm going to use my sticker somewhere. Super fabulous. So I hope you'll keep watching and enjoy it, and thank you so much. Please go and check out Creative Art Box. And I may chat through my speed draw. I'm not sure yet, so we'll see. Okay, I'll be back.